Somebody asked me recently, like, if I ever wanted to do like a documentary. Did I ever think about doing something like that? It's kind of like the question when I was mainly writing prose, and people asked me if you ever want to do your memoirs or something like that, and I was like, not really. Like, I don't. I take stories from my life and integrate them into like prose stories, but I've thought seriously about a couple of documentary topics. I would like to go back to where I'm from one of these days and maybe do a documentary about there. Because I think that when people do documentaries about small coal mining towns in the South, they tend to be biased one way or the other and not taking some honest but not turned and twisted outsider view of the area. I would also like to do one of these days on golf courses. And somebody probably did one. Somebody has to have did one. Those golf courses are like one of the most negative places that I've ever even been around. I mean, living in Florida, you're around a lot of them. And you get to see that every day. See these golf courses. But I think for the most part, most people don't see them as being a big deal. But when you research them and stuff, and you find out how the economic impact and environmental impact on areas are so bad, and you got that much land, and you can have community crops on that land, and how a lot of areas are like affected in a lot of other ways. And I might do a longer walk around rant where I am right now. About that, but those two things are like very interesting when people talk to me about, like, would you ever want to do like a documentary? Those two subject matters would be two I maybe want to explore. I've always said if I ever go back to where I'm from, which I don't know if I ever will, but if I ever do go back to there, I will probably do that when I'm there, and maybe get some stories from some people while I'm there to get their first-hand accounts on the way things were and the way things are now. And so I think that would be there. As far as the golf course thing, I could do that now if I wanted to. Like, I'm within a place where like there are a lot of golf courses and stuff. But so yeah, those are two things. I know a lot of people say like once you do something food-wise, but I'm not a chef, and even though I worked in the food industry for most of my life, it's not something I really would want to do a documentary on. In a way, that's why I do the food TikTok I do. And the reason why I do these is me documenting, talking about the things I like to do and the things I like to do creatively and stuff like that. So I guess this is a documentary in a way. But those two things I really much like to do. But I would want to do it like really well. I'd want to use good cameras, good setups. I would want to get a full cameraman separate from me and have them do it. Because I would want to be directing or asking questions or that type of stuff. So yeah, there is that. So it's just something I thought I'd go in and talk about here. I might, like I said, on a similar topic of at least the golf courses thing, I'm probably going to do another Living My Gimmick, talking about that and a recent trip I took. So we'll see how that goes. I feel like I'm in a disco ball right now. A disco ball. Surrounded by a lot of old white people.